Use your rangefinder to your advantage. Doing this before you start calling, it matters way more than the type of camo you're wearing. Here are some tips and tricks that you might not always think about before your next hunt. Some of them you might not see coming. Wind direction matters more than camo. Knowing to be downwind of animals or on a crosswind section, it matters way more than the type of camo you're wearing. The technology has come a long ways, and there's a lot of apps, including moon phase apps. These can be a very effective tool to tell you when the best and most efficient time is to go hunting. You can pre-scout an area. Amazing apps like Onyx. Parts of that app will tell you where to glass now. We've been on hunts to where we saw an animal go into a certain mountain range last minute, last light, and we scanned the terrain with Onyx, made a game plan on where we were going in because we'd never been in that area before. And because of that technology, we were able to have a successful sheep hunt the next day. Dressing appropriate for your hike in is extremely important. You don't want to get too hot, sweat too much, because when you get to your glassing area, you're going to cool down really fast. Having some kind of a layering system that breathes when it gets hot is extremely important. When hiking in or pursuing an animal, always try to avoid skylining yourself. Animals can pick that up very quickly, even if you think they can't. There might be something else nearby that can also get alerted essentially and alert that animal that they're with. Always try to be conscious about where you're hiking, how you're moving, where you're moving, and you're just gonna have better success in the long run. Packing the right gear is important, but also packing the right nutrients is equally as important. Staying as hydrated as you can, and also hydration packs work really well and are very effective during your hunt. Once you get to your glassing spot, sitting still, paying attention to everything around you, doing this even for a brief moment in time before you start calling or really figuring out what your next move is can be very helpful. Glass with a purpose, if you want to grid it, if you want to go left to right, up or down, scanning and really picking out that terrain, you're going to have better success than just freewheeling it and just randomly looking at different areas. Scent-free clothing, they can be effective, but they're not always going to be foolproof. What those products essentially do is, instead of you seeming like you're closer to that animal when it picks up your scent, it's a lower degree or lower percentage of scent, so it thinks you're further away essentially. Knowing your wind and always trying to be in the right position wind-wise is going to be the best option. You don't always have service where you're going to be hunting at, so knowing when sunrise and sunset is and the corresponding time to where you can legally hunt that animal, it's very important before you even go out. There's a good chance that there's another animal in the area that you're not going to see that can alert it of your presence. So scan and look as best as you can, because you don't want to get busted by the animal that you don't see. Use your rangefinder to your advantage. Maybe you see an animal that's outside of your comfortable shooting zone, but you're able to hike in, maybe you're able to hike to the next ridge over. Being able to range where that animal is or where that next ridge is, and knowing how much of a distance that cuts to know when you get there, you can effectively engage that animal. Knowing the tool that you're using for your hunt is extremely important, whether that be a rifle, muzzleloader, a bow. The easiest part of the hunt should be actually shooting the animal. The toughest part of the hunt is actually finding the animal and getting on them and putting yourself in position to have that successful shot. I like to carry a small, lightweight support bag. Just having this ability to throw your rifle on something that's going to be more supportive than the actual feature itself. Practicing it before you go on your hunt is going to increase your success rate by 1000%. It's always nice when you can drive up to the animal and load it up, take it somewhere else to clean, but most of the time I don't have that luxury. Having certain items in your kit like latex gloves, game bags to put things in, knowing your pack system and how to pack heavy weight out of it and where to pack it is also super helpful.